Hi, my name is Orelo Abdullahi, and you are welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time on this channel, you want to subscribe. From the title of this video, you can see that we're going to be talking about why you don't trust yourself to make new plans or to make new goals. Maybe in the year 2023, you made big goals for yourself. You are very positive about your goals. We're talking about them to anybody and everybody that would care to listen. But down the line, you saw that, you didn't do so much about all of these goals that you spoke about. If this is you want to watch this video, and I want you to know that, me, like seated right here, this is something that I have really experienced, and I really experienced it last year. So everything that I'm going to be talking about, I'm not going to be talking about it from the standpoint of, oh, I am there, I've defeated. No, I just want you to know that I'm talking about it from the standpoint of, okay, this is what I'm currently dealing with, this is how I'm learning to deal with it, right? So like I said, I said, oh, this is me, this is something that I think that we are all going through together. I would say that, the year 2023 was like this kind of year for me. The year 2023 started really high, you know that vibe where you know that I want to do big things for God. The energy that the new year always starts with, you are tapping into it, you're telling yourself, oh, these are the things I'm gonna do by the middle of the month, by the middle of the year I would have done some of these things. And then by the time you see that, oh, the year has like gotten to the year is coming to an end, and then you look back, you realize that you've not done so many of those goals, so many of the things that you spoke about. This happened to me so much because I'm the kind of person that I screen grab some of these things when I say them, right? And I know that at the end of the year, I was looking at some of these things that I had said, some things that people had even said about me, and I just felt like, my God, I totally did nothing with this year. So while I was like in that wave, right, I had to I had to talk to myself, have candid conversations with myself. So while I was in the middle of having that conversation with myself, two things dawned on me. One, sometimes we make goals not just for ourselves. Sometimes we make goals because we want the accolades of people, or we make goals in the spur of the moment. We talk about them because we know that when I do this, people are going to see me in a certain way, or people are going to give me great accolades, which is not a bad thing. I think that one of the things that I'm learning to do, and I think that you should learn to do, is be able to sit with your goals and ask yourself, am I doing this for me? If I'm saying that I want to shake things up for God, am I making these goals for God? Or I'm making these goals because I want the accolades? Sometimes the lines can be blurred, right? Sometimes you wouldn't even know, but you need to genuinely ask yourself that. So the second thing that dawned on me last year was that, I had just gone in that circle of making decisions and not sticking to them, making plans and not going after them. So, while I was like having this conversation with myself, I went online to check it, and I came across an article online. It was from Very Well Mind. I tried to look for the article again today, but I didn't find it. I'm going to drop the link to their website and the link to their podcast. They share very helpful resources for dealing with things like this generally. So when I went on Google and I checked this stuff out, one of the things that these guys mentioned was that when you do this, when you go in circles, you make plans, you don't stick by them, you become less efficient, you trust your word less, right? So now, before I just continue to say things that are without any solution, right? So let's just go back to, I'm going to be talking about these two things that I have mentioned in the first place. I said the first thing that dawned on me was sometimes we make plans, we make goals not because it is something that we really want to do. Sometimes we make goals because of the accolades of men. Sometimes we make goals not because we really want to do stuff for God, but because of the accolades of men. So let's talk about that first. So like I mentioned earlier, you want to genuinely ask yourself, for whatever goals that you set, for whatever plan that you want to achieve, right? I think it is important that we ask ourselves that, why do I really want to do this? Is this something that I think would, move me forward in my career? Is this something that I want to do for God? Or is this something that I know that when I do it and I tell people about it, there's a way that I know that they would respond to it? So mostly, again, I'm just saying, ask yourself, be honest with yourself. Why do you want to do this? Because I've realized that when we make goals that are not necessarily important to us, the other becomes for us to try to achieve those goals. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think it definitely makes sense. Second thing that I started to ask myself is, when I make this goal, I'm asking myself, do I have the capacity right now to follow through with it? If yes, perfect. If no, I'm asking, what are the things I could do to be able to pursue after this goal? So that's like part of this are like some solutions for the first part, for making goals for yourself and not for any other person. So the second part is, where I mentioned that, sometimes the more we make this, the more we make plans, the more we make decisions, the more we set goals and we don't follow after them, we train our subconscious to not trust us enough, right, to do the things that we say that we will do. What are the solutions that I found on this website and I'm also applying to myself? So I realized that one of the biggest problems, for people like this, people like us, right, is that many times we try to compare ourselves to highly effective people. And please don't get me wrong here. I'm not saying that you shouldn't dream big. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have big goals. But at the same time, I'm trying to say, when you know yourself, you know how you struggle with or things that appear cumbersome, right? You just need to now ask, do I have the same capacity as this person to set this number of goals? You want to start small. So number 2, you want to train your mind that when you set goals, you can keep to them. Please note that, everything that I've been saying, I've not been saying it from the point of, being the one that dealt with it. No, this is something that I'm currently dealing with, and I almost didn't want to make this video, right? But I'm just learning to tell myself that I'm not perfect, right? And if there are some things that I'm learning in my life that I think would also help somebody, it's great to talk about it. It's great to share it, right? So if you think that this video is helpful, has been helpful to you up until this point, please give this video a thumbs up below. So like I said, number 2, you want to train yourself, you want to train your mind, to believe you when you say that you will do something. It's as little as just speaking one thing that that you're telling yourself that I want to do this for the rest of the week. You could start by week. I want to do this for the rest of the month, right? Don't go ahead and say I want to do this for the rest of the year, right? I notice that many times when we do that, we just scare ourselves in advance. But it's just about training your mind to say, maybe you want to wake up every day, you want to decide that, you want to lay your bed, right? I don't know if that's what you want to do, but for somebody like me, I think that one of the things that I did at the beginning of the year was tell myself that, okay, I want to take my morning walks every day for this month. I want to take my morning walks every day for this number of days, right? And what that does is it just lets you know that, okay, I can actually keep to my word. When I can actually keep to my word, right? If I say that I want to keep to my word. So which takes me to the number 3 point, for dealing with less efficiency, for dealing with being like a less effective person. After you have set some small goals, created some small routines, and you see that, okay, you have been able to stick by them, you want to be able to transfer that mindset to other things, right? So you see that your mind is already trusting you more, so you want to transfer that mindset to other things. Okay, what are the little things that I think that, okay, I can show up here as much as I showed up in this particular thing that I did. So the next solution for this would be having a to-do list. I know, right? I don't like to do this myself because many times it's not like I tick off everything on my to-do list, but I've realized that when you have a to-do list, it keeps you in check. You know the things that you did today. You know the things that maybe, okay, I didn't spend my time wisely today, I could do better tomorrow. So at this point, I would also say that ask God for strength. If you've been like this in the past, ask Him to strengthen you. God's strength can carry you, right? I'm waiting for you. So now tell me, what category do you belong to? Do you belong to the category of people that maybe at some point you unknowingly set goals that were cumbersome for yourself because you were, subconsciously seeking the accolades of men, or maybe you just the other part where you just started to go in circles and you trusted yourself less to keep to your plans, to keep to your decisions? Let me know the category that you belong to in the comment section. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Please drop your comments. I would like to read from you, and share this video with someone else that you think would find this helpful. All right, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Bye. Have a beautiful weekend.